Welcome. I'm deeply grateful to share this space with you as we arrive at the final conversation in our connection series. Over the past few conversations, we have traveled through many layers of connection, not only as an idea, but as a living experience, a movement that influences how we see ourselves, how we relate to others, and how we participate in life. We began with the invisible threads, recognizing that none of us stand alone. We are shaped by relationships, experiences, generations, and the system we belong to. Then we explored belonging, the deep human longing to know, I have a place. We looked at interrupted connection and discovered that behind distance and conflict, there's often a deeper story waiting to be seen. We explored authentic connection, learning that true belonging does not require us to abandon ourselves. And then we discovered the balance between connection and individuality, honoring our roots while allowing ourselves to grow. We expanded into connection beyond the family and recognizing that we are part of a greater human system. And next we explored connection as pathway to healing. Understanding that awareness, compassion, and recognition can restore movement where life became stuck. Today we will bring all these threads together because the purpose of connection is not only understanding. The deeper invitation is embodiment. How do we live differently when we truly understand my life is connected? My presence matters. What moves through me influences the whole. And today we explore wisdom-inspired living, becoming a conscious part of the whole. Much of human life is shaped by invisible patterns, ways of thinking, ways of relating, ways of protecting ourselves, ways of seeking love and belonging. Often we do not choose these patterns consciously. We inherit them, we learn them, we adapt to the environment around us, and for a time they may serve us. They help us belong, they help us survive, and they help us find our place. But then comes a moment in life where a new question begins to emerge. Is this still the way I choose to live? Not from rejection, not from judgment, but from awareness. This is where wisdom begins. Systemic wisdom teaches us that transformation does not happen by fighting the past. Transformation happens when we see clearly, when we recognize this is where I came from, this is what shaped me. These are patterns I received, and now I can choose what continues. This is the movement from unconscious loyalty into conscious connection. Wisdom-inspired living means we stop simply repeating. We begin responding. We become participants in life rather than only products of what happened before. Every person carries a story. Behind each of us stand many experiences, many relationships, many generations. Some brought strength, some brought challenges, some brought wisdom, and some brought pain. All contributed to the journey of life, reaching us. The question is not, how do I remove my past? The deeper question is, how do I create a wise relationship with my past? Imagine standing in a doorway. Behind you is everything that came before. Your ancestors, your family story, your experiences, your younger self, every moment that shaped you. In front of you is life waiting to unfold. Wisdom means you do not need to close the door behind you in rejection. And you do not need to remain standing in yesterday. You can turn toward what came before and say, I see what was. I acknowledged what happened. I received the wisdom, and now I continue forward. This is maturity. This is movement. This is connection with freedom. Each of us is a meeting point between past and future. Life came through many before us, and something continues through us, through our choices, through our relationships, through the way we treat ourselves and others. Every day, we influence the system around us, sometimes in small ways we never even notice. A kind word, a moment of listening, a different response. Choosing understanding instead of repeating conflict. Choosing presence instead of reacting from old pain. These moments matter. Many people believe transformation must always be dramatic, but often the deepest changes begin quietly. One person becomes more aware. One conversation changes. One relationship softens. One old pattern stops. A new possibility begins. Wisdom Inspired Living asked, what do I want life to experience through me? Not how do I become perfect, but how do I become more present, more aware, more connected, more aligned with what truly matters? Connection is not something we discover once and complete. It is a daily practice, a way of meeting life. It begins with connecting to ourselves, and then, can I listen inward? Can I recognize my feelings? Can I meet myself with compassion? Then connection expands outwards. Can I truly see another person? Can I listen beyond my assumptions? Can I recognize the humanity we share? And finally, connection expands towards life itself. Can I recognize that I'm part of something greater? Can I contribute from awareness? Can I allow wisdom to guide my action? Wisdom inspired living does not mean life becomes without challenges. Challenges are part of being human, but our relationship with challenges changes. Instead of asking only, why is this happening to me? We begin asking, what is life inviting me to understand? What movement wants to happen here? And what wisdom is trying to emerge? Take a quick, allow yourself to reflect on this entire journey of connection and ask yourself, what have I discovered about myself? What connections have shaped who I am? What parts of my story am I ready to honor? And what patterns am I ready to transform? Where is life inviting me into deeper connection? And finally, what kind of presence do I want to bring into the system I belong to? And just notice, allow the answers to unfold, because wisdom often arrives through listening. And as we complete this connection series, remember, you are part of a greater story. You carry the echoes of those who came before. You carry your own experiences, and you carry possibilities that have not yet unfolded. Connection reminds us we belong, we influence, we contribute. When we heal within ourselves, something around us changes. When we relate differently, new possibilities enter our relationships. When we live consciously, we become part of creating a different future. And this is the essence of wisdom-inspired living, a life where we honor the past, awaken in the present, and contribute consciously to what comes next. Walking this journey through the wisdom of connection with me. May you continue to recognize the invisible threads that support you, and may you honor the story that brought you here, and may you trust the wisdom that lives within you. And may your life become an expression of connection, compassion, and wholeness. Thank you for being here.